Hi everyone and welcome back to Winter of Series 12 in Forza Horizon 5. This is Street Endurance, the 5 races long championship in this week's street racing theme. But obviously, because we are going to do it in co-op, I plan this to be the 3 races championship. Unless we manage to lose to the AI somehow, but really I don't think that's going to be the case. There's only been once during one of the series when AI suddenly became quite a bit more competitive and difficult when it could really challenge the players. And I'm still not sure whether there was some AI setting or just a combination of class and car category and the overall racing setup that made AI behave like that. But since then, everything returned back to normal. The highly skilled AI generally doesn't represent any danger, and even for the players who may struggle to beat it once they join the co-op and there's multiple players, I've not really seen the crowd to lose to AI ever. Anyways, the car restrictions for this champ is more than sports cars in A class, and actually my first run in it was in Lotus Exige, just like the one that's driving in front of me right now, and it is really fast car for this, suits very nicely. But all races in this champ are wet races. There's rain all around, and I felt like Lotus is just a little bit too loose on the wet surface for me to recommend it. You can still drive it and win in it without too much of a hassle, but it's just a tiny bit too slippery for me to say, yeah, go for that car, at least without a huge disclaimer that, yeah, go for that car, but be prepared to slide in every corner. I still slide in this RX-8 a little bit. It's still a rear wheel car, and it's still wet, so getting back on the throttle in or out of the corners, you still need to be a little bit careful to avoid spinning out or being thrown way too wide. But it's way more solid on the track. It's much easier to recover it if you do slide in the corner. So I highly recommend it. Obviously, in terms of performance, you can see the AI has never been a problem. Once I passed all of them somewhere at a 3% mark, I think, we almost in the end of the first race, and we've never seen any of those since. It's only the fellow players, the human teammates, that may challenge the leadership for the race. And I think that Lotus is still just behind me, so really close. But that's the first race coming to its end. Oh, what a wonderful shot, actually. The sunset and the bright sky behind the jumping finish of the car. Very nice. Sometimes I get to forget how beautiful this game is, but yeah, shots like this do remind me. Okay, let's go for the second race, see how that goes. Okay, here we are in Las Afueras. Let's see where we start. Okay, second. That's nice. It's always a pleasure to start in front. Less chances to mess it up for yourself and your teammates. Yeah, street racing always adds this random factor of an NPC traffic. Yeah, being thrown straight into your face by by an AI car. Oh, go figure. As if I ever had a trouble hitting the. Oh, all right. I forgot there's a corner completely, and the water in the air made me not see the track. Shit. I think I knocked out a teammate of the out of the checkpoint. That really makes me feel bad. But I guess the only thing, if I'm not mistaken, that guy is now in the last place, so that's really nasty. I'm really sorry, mate. But the only thing I can do now is really to just drive to the finish, ensure the team gets maximum possible score, and we don't lose the race, so nobody has to restart it again. I just hope it didn't ruin the person's day too much. We are now fighting with an AI for the second position. There's a teammate in front, yeah. One of those cases, you know, completely forgot there's a corner, didn't really look at the map, was looking at the screen, but the way the particles were on the screen completely obscured where the track is going, and the racing line as well. Why am I first now? Well, this time at least I definitely didn't knock anyone out. This is clear. Well, it looks like the teammate that was ahead of me either missed a checkpoint or just went the wrong way, which does happen, especially here in Guanajuato, when you arrive at an intersection and you go one way, but there's also a way in a different direction. I think I drove more than once into the wrong street on Guanajuato in street racing, but yeah, it's always, again, unfortunate when that happens, but not much I can do about that either. And yeah, again, looks to be an easy win all around for Team Humans, despite the unfortunate events, despite one of the teammates flying out of the checkpoint with a little bit of my help and another doing the same on their own. There's still most of the AIs passed by everyone, and the score is really nice. We're getting really close to the finish. So this way, again, that's the second race out of the 5, but if or once when we win the next race, we should be good. Now I finally remembered where my e-brake button is mapped on the controller now with the current setup, so I actually can do a drift over the finish line. I had a few failed attempts at that when I would press clutch instead, but yeah, no more. Let's go for the final race. Horizon Callejera. Where are we? Oh, first. Okay. The RNG is really good to me this time around. Hopefully no NPC traffic in my face right off. Lotus is by my side, so there might be a little bit of a competition there. Because as I mentioned, the Lotus is really high performing car here, really fast. And I've seen the player being quite reasonably good with it. So as you can see, it's not like I'm passing them momentarily at the start line, but for now we concentrate on passing the AIs, who finally hit the NPC traffic. At least some retribution, some relief that it's not only me who hits the NPC traffic all the time, that AI is prone to the same errors. So yeah, good to be not, well, at least as smart or as stupid as artificial intelligence. In a few years that might be not that obvious or easy to do. Right, I don't feel like I'm catching up with that Lotus, at least for now, especially when I go wide like that. So yeah, as I said, if you up for a little bit of a challenge, if you want to drive the car that is probably faster but a little bit harder to drive, then by all means Lotus Exige S is a great car choice for this. But if you want to be a little bit more on the safe side, this Mazda works really well, very comfortable to drive. Just a little bit of a caution on the throttle to not overspin your rear wheels, and you should be absolutely golden. Yeah, 80% of the race, and the gap between me and Lotus is definitely not getting smaller. Either I'm doing too many mistakes, or yeah, whichever it is, that I'm gonna have to settle for the second place, which is not too bad. I mean, first place in one race, again, a wonderful shot, really nice. Okay, beautiful game. Second place here, First place in first 2 races. Overall, really nice championship for me. Overall 10 minutes. Not that long for endurance racing. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.